Brown from Stetson College of Law in St. Petersburg. Professor, thanks so much for joining us. First of all, the court today asked a lot of questions about standards for this hand recount, also the timetable to complete it. Should we read anything into that?
Well, I think that's definitely good for the Gore team. I think, especially after Saturday's order, the 5-4 order, the language in that order, I think the Gore team was very nervous that maybe the court really wasn't interested in what they had to say. But now that they've gotten into the details, I think the Gore team has to breathe a little bit easier.
So what is the end game here? If the court gives the go-ahead for the recount to continue, are we going to be headed, we've heard this so much, toward a constitutional crisis?
No, I don't see a constitutional crisis of any kind coming about. I think if the Supreme Court orders the recount, the final drop-dead date of December 18th comes into play. And I think there's plenty of time in the next 6 days to count those ballots before that deadline. The December 12th deadline may come and go, but that is not the ultimate deadline.
What is going to happen with the legislature getting involved? You think that the High Court will talk about that at all?
The High Court being the U.S. Supreme Court? I doubt it at this stage. I think that the Florida legislature getting involved is going to complicate things, if you can believe that's going to happen. But we'll just have to deal with it as it happens.
Now, I'm sure you listened to the transcripts or the audio tapes, as most of us did, from today's hearing. You have any feel at all right now? You watch this all the time. This is your job. What do you think? Do you have any feeling which way they're going to rule?
It's hard from oral arguments to figure out which way the Supreme Court's going to go. I've viewed dozens of arguments, and the justices very often are taking academic positions and just playing devil's advocate, so it's difficult. But with that said, I was surprised to see the questioning focus so much on how you might actually go about counting ballots. Is there a standard that can be used, for example, a uniform standard that will work? And the fact that the court got into those mechanics leads me to believe that maybe the court's going to avoid the entire Article 2 structural problem and focus more on a hands-on approach to getting the ballots counted.
And when would we expect to see something? Perhaps in the morning, you think?
Could be in the morning. They ordinarily would announce the opinion at 10 o'clock in the morning if they have one. But who knows?
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Thank you.